You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. Roll with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. And it's Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. If we don't play, our wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's OH. Somebody please give this brother an IO. Come on.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin, and you're stuck with just me tonight. Appreciate you guys for being here. I've been watching you guys in the chat, chatting it up. You guys are awesome, always in here supporting us. If you've never been in the chat and you're listening, jump in there, man. A lot of good people. You get to know them, good people, good friends. Have a conversation with them, man. I'm going to go over a few things tonight. Before I let you guys know what that is, I need you to do something. I need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well on both channels. Become a member on both channels, Buckeye Boys and Scoop. Over on the Buckeye Boys, it's $1.99 a month. Anything that comes towards the Buckeye Boys channel goes back to you guys in the chat towards ticket giveaways and other giveaways that we do randomly throughout the season. And share this feed anywhere that you can, your X, Instagram, wherever else there is to share. But obviously, to address something real fast, want to send my prayers out to anybody that's been affected by 9/11. Tough day today, remembering the fallen, remembering all those heroes that helped people in distress that day. And also, yesterday was a very rough day for me. Did not enjoy the news that everybody knows I'm talking about. It's a sad day when things like that go on in this country. I don't get into the whole this side, that side. There's only two sides to me. There's lost and there's found. There's Jesus, and then there's, people that are striving to maybe find something like that in their life. And, when those things happen, I didn't come on yesterday because that got to me pretty big time. I know that he was a believer and trying to help people. And when things like that happen, all I know to do is, turn to the Lord and, just turn to him and ask him to give me guidance and to give me that peace that's beyond all understanding. And that's all we can do. So love you guys. Appreciate you guys for joining us. Don't want to get too far deep into that, but I had to say it affected me quite a bit yesterday. So that's why I didn't come on the show. So I wanted to address that a little bit with y'all. But again, appreciate you guys. We're going to dive into tonight a couple things. Going to do our predictions, right? Those are always fun. We'll do that towards the end of the show. Our bold predictions about what we think some of these players are going to do for the Ohio game. I did not have time to go back and read the bold predictions, listen to the bold predictions for the Grambling game and decide whether we got any right or not. But I will do that, I promise. Also going to talk about a couple freshmen. Got their black stripes removed today. Some other freshmen. Are they making moves on the depth chart? Are they jumping some people that we didn't expect them to jump this early? We'll dive into that a little bit tonight. In the 2026 class, we know there's only 21 in there. The Buckeyes are definitely going to be adding a few players to that. There's a couple of them that are starting to pop early in the state of Ohio, and we'll dive in. Got some film to watch on a couple of those guys tonight, and that's where we're going to start. We're going to start in this 2026 class. And the fan base, they feel differently about this 2026 class. There's some fans that are patient and don't quite so much look at stars. They don't compare it to past classes and whatnot. And they know and they have faith in this Buckeye coaching staff that we're going to get the players that are needed in this class. I am one of those people. I, number one, think that this class that we have already, these 21 guys, I think like the 2025 class, It's a hit, man. 10 of those people have lost their black stripes already. So that is a high hit rate. And I believe the hit rate is going to even be higher in that class. And I think we're going to have the same type of hit rate in this 2026 class. I really do. I think these Buckeyes are dialed in. I think Ryan Day is dialed in. I think this recruiting staff is dialed in their evaluations of some of these guys. Let me tell you guys something. This Buckeyes coaching staff's evaluations compared to the national recruiting guys' evaluations they're different, right? Some of them are similar, but I would put a pretty penny on the fact that the evaluations that the Buckeye staff does is probably a little bit better than evaluations done at 247 and On 3 and Rival or Con 3 and Rivals and places like that. I mean, these guys they're in it. Ryan Day's in it. Mark Pantoni, they're all in it. You know, they've been doing this for a while, and they get to see the guys they recruit every day. So they get to know the type of kids that fit this culture, the type of work mentality that these guys have. All those things go into a great football player. It's not just what you can do on the field. And so much of these star rankings are only that. Why? Because these national guys, they don't have time to go around and interview, get to know these recruits' families, get to know their support group, get to know these recruits. Some of them, yeah, if they show up to their camp, yeah, they might get to know them a little bit, but they don't have the time to do that. This is thousands of kids, right? This Buckeye staff, that's what they do. Before they offer you, and definitely before they sign you, they get to know you, they get to know your family, and you've got to be a fit culturally, physically, academically, all that. There is a pretty big list, and I really like what the Buckeyes are doing. I see a couple people in the chat. Luke Fahey, interviewed him on the channel. I talk to him from time to time. The dude's killing it. I mean, it looks like Ryan Day has found the hidden gem in the quarterbacks in this 2026 class, because this dude is precise. And if there's something about Ryan Day, you heard in his interview today, maybe not today, but the other day, he was asked about Julian Saint's ball placement. And he said, and I think he was asked, like, can you teach that? And essentially he said no. Like, most of that is just natural. Julian Saint had it. CJ Stroud had it. That's what Ryan Day looks for. And then when you look at Luke Fahey, and I think he got passed off on, I don't understand. I understand why, but I didn't agree with it. He got passed off with a bunch of Buckeye fans as, all right, well, he's in the middle of Tavian St. Clair and Brady Edmonds, so they're just filling a role here. Nada. That's not true at all. Ryan Day looks at Luke Fahey, and he has proven it on the field this year. He proved it in OT7, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in all of OT7, and he's proven it this year, going up against Ryder Lyons. I think Ryder Lyons was ranked the number 1 quarterback in the class, and he put a stomping on him. Of course, it's a team game, yada, yada. I get all that. But Luke Fahey throws dimes. Chris Sowers, doesn't turn the ball over and is very accurate. I think that's on top of Ryan Day's list. He's not looking, hey, I got to have a quarterback that can run. Hey, I got to have a quarterback that can take hits. No, he's got to have a quarterback that, number 1, is not going to turn the ball over, and number 2, that's going to make very accurate, on-time passes. And so far, Luke Fahey is that individual. That's what he's doing. So I trust Ryan Day's evaluation. If you're watching this show, don't just assume they went to fill a space up in this class and went to just grab Luke Fahey. No, that's not the case. Like, they got him. They think of Luke Fahey what they think of Tavian St. Clair. They think of Luke Fahey what they think of Brady Evans, that the dude can come in here and be a starting quarterback one day. So he's proven that. So if you haven't got the opportunity to go watch some of Luke's most recent highlights, I encourage you to go do that and go listen to the interview on the Buckeye Boys channel. We interviewed him, and you wonder why, because he fits all those categories for the Buckeyes. Okay. The culture, the mentality, the support group around them, all of it. So very underrated. And I know I sound like a homer when I say this, but there are multiple prospects in this class out of the 21 that we have signed that are underrated. Okay. And the argument that I see with most people that are upset with this class is they go right to the star rankings. They go right to the national average of where we are and whatnot. And that's just not it. Go down through these 21 guys, go watch their film, go listen to their interviews, and then come back and tell me what you think about the class. And if still at that point in time you're upset with the class, then we just share different opinions. But don't judge this class based off where kids, how many stars they have, how many stars this class has overall. There's a lot of guys in this class that are going to come in like this 25 class is doing and make an impact. But that being said, there's only 21 kids, right? We got to fill this class up more. Two areas when I look at the class that I think, hey, we need some more help in it. Chat, when you look at this 21 class, what are the areas that you believe the Buckeyes need to go back in and address a little bit more? My first one would be defensive end. Why? We only have one signed, Kari Wilder. He's the only defensive end signed. So we just need, we need some big-time players there to come in. We got Zion Grady, went in the portal, got Logan George. We got Epi Satanile in there as well. Those guys are going to be impact players on this team, but we need more in that room. Joshua Mickens is also, the dude's getting yoked, and I think he's going to be a player here one day as well, but we need more than Kari Wilder, okay? So there's one position. Next position, the corner position, okay? And they have one signed again. Now, the dude is an absolute beast out of New Jersey who we have signed. He was the Buckeyes' #1 target. So, we keep doing that. We got Devin Sanchez, impact player. We're getting this, but we need bodies there. But the Buckeyes are looking somewhere else as well. And they're looking at the offensive line. So the first player I want to talk about is Landry Brede out of Mentor, Ohio, 6'5", 275-pound offensive tackle. He is committed to North Carolina State right now, I believe. Over on the Buckeye Scoop message board, it's called the Caleb over there on the Scoop message board. He's going to kill me for not remembering what it's called. It's called the Scarlet Scoop. Go over there, look at it. Caleb, we shared a lot of, I read that before the show. I'm like, I'm reading my notes and I'm like, dang, man, we're right on point here. But the dude got the offer, but he's respecting his commitment to North Carolina State right now, but he is visiting for this Ohio game. He's a big-time Buckeye fan. There's some people putting in predictions for him to flip already. I'm going to go ahead and throw some of his highlight film on now so we can take a look at it. And you guys let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this was a good offer or not. When you watch this film, I'm excited about it. Can you guys see that good? Let's see. Yeah, y'all can see that pretty good. All right, so there we go. Pulled around. Made a very good block there. Here we go again. Dang, I lost him. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know where he was there. Okay, number 70. There he is. Going upfield. Look at big boy run. Yeah, get some. That's that heart that the Buckeyes go after all the time. That's an offensive tackle running all the way down the field. Here we go, left tackle. Now, I'm not sure about the competition that he's playing, but you see him pancake dude and then dive on him afterwards. Love the attitude. Love the frame. I'm of the mindset that the Buckeyes can go into the state of Ohio and get all of their offensive line from the state of Ohio. I'm of the mindset of that. I believe, was it 2014, our entire offensive line was from the state of Ohio. And then you look this year, Austin Saraveld. Dang. Chat, you guys know who else is from Ohio on the offensive line. I think 3 of them, right? Tegra, and then Luke. I believe those are 3 guys. No, Philip Daniels. He's another one. So those are the 3 right there. So a lot of good talent on the offensive line in the state of Ohio. Luke Montgomery. Is that who it is? So we have 4. We have 4. Is Luke? So Luke, was Tegra from Ohio too? We got 3 or 4. This is why it's nice to Mello would know this answer. And I got so many names running through my head all the time that it's hard to remember those things. But anyway, I love this. I love that the Buckeyes are doing this. They're going in, they're reevaluating a lot of these Ohio kids, turning over all the rocks that they can to make sure we don't miss any. Because look, Philip Daniels signed with Minnesota, proved that he can do it, picked him up in the transfer portal. Now what the Buckeyes are doing is I think they're just trying to skip that process and go back and just get these guys right up front, right? I mean, that was another pancake, beautiful block by him. So I like the potential here, and I love that the Buckeyes are doing this because if you go look at Ohio offensive linemen that come out of the state of Ohio that play for all these other teams, I did this last year, and I can't remember the actual numbers for you, but I can tell you that when I did my research last year about how many starting offensive linemen in college football are from the state of Ohio, it really surprised me the amount of offensive linemen that come out of the state of Ohio. And obviously, the talent is getting better there. Sam Greer won. The other guy we got signed in the class. They're both top 100 prospects out of the state of Ohio. We got the center that signed with Clemson. Or no, it wasn't Clemson, but Adam Guthrie, the other tackle, signed with Clemson. So there's a lot of talent in the state of Ohio in the offensive line. So I like going in, getting these bodies. That'll be 5 in this class if we're able to get him. And there are people putting in picks for him to flip. But right now, he's respecting his commitment to NC State, which I love. Like that's the kind of mentality that we want. Those are the players that we want on this team, like respectful young men that aren't going to go around and just, boom, I offer, let's flip. No, he's going to come here and visit. He's going to see where he stands. And we'll see. I do know NC State, they value him a lot. So we'll see how, he chooses, how him and his family decide to break down this recruitment and how they make their decision on what he does. But there's a lot of people thinking he's going to be a Buckeye. Okay. So that surprised me, but I like that they're turning over these stones because I was happy with the offensive line class already with the guys we have in the class. A very, very strong class for the offensive line that we have already. And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to too many names in my head, so I got to pull these guys up so I can refresh. I should have done that before. So yeah, Sam Greer. I mean, he's a top 10 offensive tackle. Maxwell Riley, same thing, top 10 offensive tackle. Some of these guys have him rated. Aaron Thomas, you guys know what we think of Aaron Thomas on this channel. His first time playing offensive line was last year, new to the position. And a lot of people think he's going to end up being one of the best tackles out of this class. I'm one of those guys, think it's a future All-American, and he's got the mentality to do so. And Tucker Smith out of Arizona, another one. Just go watch his film. Go watch Tucker's film yourself. Lower rated guy, but I love it. And when you add, if you add Landry Brede to this class, I mean, it's almost like you look at all these guys they have signed. It's like they're all tackle bodies. They're all 6'5" and above. And I love that. I love, Coach Bowman going after these guys and making it happen. So the other one, okay. So this one gets me excited. I'm going to be honest with you. Watched his film, spoke to him today on the phone. We're going to get him on the channel. A defensive end out of the state of Ohio. And if you guys recall, okay, I don't know how many shows ago, but everybody was flipping out about this class and the defensive end position. And I was like, chill out. They're going to go back. They're going to reevaluate the state of Ohio first, and we're going to see if they can find anybody here. Well, I think they found one. We don't know whether they're going to offer him like a walk-on position or a scholarship, but I think he's scholarship worthy. Carter Kessler out of Shelby, Ohio, Shelby High School, I do believe. I'm going to get his highlight tape pulled up here. And I really like the potential that he has. 6'5", 235 pounds, also plays tight end. You're going to see some of these tight end highlights and watch the speed that this cat has. Here we go. This is the tight end, middle of the field, number 9. I mean, outrunning these dudes, catches the ball. Look at the speed. So if that is truly a 6'5", 235-pound body going down the field like that, you just watch the pressure off the edge right there. That is some serious speed. And again, stand-up edge rusher, looks like a Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles body type. I heard over there on Bucknuts Morning 5, Mark Porter, really good Ohio scout, said that today on a show. And as you're watching the film, you see that there's a tipped ball right there. So far this season, dude's got 2 sacks, 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a pass deflection that you saw. Let's watch him off the edge right here. Holds the edge well, gets off the tackles easy. I'm just a fan of his speed. I think the dude has the speed, not quite as twitched up. And the thing about this recruitment, guys, is if chat, let me ask you guys, do you remember, Grand Poobah? Yes, he is the man. I like Mark Porter. Yeah, Christopher, there you go. Chaz Coleman. I almost pulled up the show that I did on Chaz last year because I was pretty attached to him. Hey, Buckeyes, please go get this dude. We ended up signing with Penn State. He got, I think, one of the Big Ten freshman standouts or some type of something like that. But this kind of reminds you of that. This recruitment reminds you of that a little bit. He will be in attendance for this Ohio game coming up. And after that, next week, he is coming on the Buckeye Boys show. So hit that alert bell if you want to get to know this cat. Briefly talked to him on the phone today. Sounds like a really a good young man. West Virginia is after him pretty hard right now. We will see what happens in this visit if the Buckeyes can do it. But also, I tweeted something out not long ago, and I also want to put this out there. I firmly believe, and you guys can hold me to this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I firmly believe that the Buckeyes are going to have a pretty big flip this year on the defensive end position inside the top 100. If you are concerned with star rankings, I believe that's what's going to happen. I believe come December time, the Buckeyes are going to go in. They're going to get a pretty big flip on the defensive end position. I know they're going to be attempting it at the cornerback position as well, but I don't have any information as anybody to keep an eye on there. I do on the defensive end side. I got 2 top 100 defensive ends that I'm getting some pretty good feedback from about if the Buckeyes stand a chance, where they're at. One of them you guys know, the other one you do not know. He has not been on the radar at all. I'm waiting for the green light to talk about him because he is a very exciting prospect. I've broke down a lot of his film, and we'll see what happens. When stars align, I hope I'm right too. We will see. So either way, listen, guys, December signing day, right? We heard Nevada talk on Scoop about Ryan Day and Ohio State's strategy this year, about how Alabama was coming in at the last minute and offering those bags, legal or illegal, whatever. That was still their strategy. That's Ohio State's strategy this year. They're going to be coming in at the last minute and going back to some of these guys they missed on and offer them that bag. So we'll see the Braylon Womacs. We'll see what happens and if the Buckeyes can convince some of these recruits to flip. But either way, I have faith in this staff, dissecting all the rest of the recruits that aren't signed, maybe aren't even ranked. I like it. I have faith in this staff to go out and do that. So it's exciting, man. I'm excited. Let me ask you guys. I am curious. Out of everybody in this chat, okay, do me a favor. I want you to rank last year's class out of 10. And obviously, that's going to be difficult because it's biased. Now, we got a lot of information on what these guys are turning out to be, but try to take yourself back to last year before we knew what these cats were. Rank it out of 10 and then compare this year's class to last year's class. I know the numbers are different, but let me see some Luke Waffle dude on, man. Yeah, that's one the Buckeyes are after. And yeah, we can say his name because everybody knows the Buckeyes are going to go back after him. But do me a favor, rank last year's class and this year's class side by side. So if last year's a 10 out of 10, then give me this year's class. Where you think we're at this year? I think we're missing a couple position groups. It's not over yet, okay? Not over at all. Last year, 8. This year, 9. Matt, Mika, I don't know. For people putting one number in, I don't know. I'm guessing this is this year's class. Yeah, I got this year's class as a 8.5 or 9, because I really encourage you to go through and look at all these players individually and watch them. Last year, 8, 7 so far. That's fair. Because I just view things a little differently. Yeah, Lisa, 10. This year, 9. Last year, 9. Yep. Last year, 9.5. Yeah, last year, 9. Craig so far. Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment. I mean, last year's class, especially now, it's a 9 or a 10. It's probably a 10 with the amount of hits we're going to have. But we're sitting at an 8. We have a higher average star ranking in this year's class than we did last year's class. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. I'm not tripping. I think the Buckeyes are going to have a good class. We'll see what they can do with Landry Brede and Carter Kessler. We'll see what they can do there. And there will be more guys they go after. When playoff time rolls around, the heat is going to be turned up big time on some of these unsigned recruits and some of these recruits that we were in on. Danny Odoms, that wanted to be a Buckeye, said they were going to be a Buckeye. Then Nebraska comes in with a little bit more money. He changes his mind. So the Buckeyes are going to be turning up the heat for sure. But recruiting, we worry about the team 2 to 3 years from now when we talk about recruiting. Let's start back in this year. Let's get to the here and now, because the here and now for this Buckeye team, before the season started, you guys help me out with this. Before this season started, I was a believer in repeat, okay? Have your guys' expectations for repeat went up or went down since the season started? Mine have went up. I expected it to take Julian Sand a little bit longer to look comfortable. Dude already looks comfortable. Dude looks chill, even keel. Again, that's one of my favorite characteristics about Julian is the Maroon 5 in the headphones vibe. It really is. I know the dude is really good at throwing passes, but I think he's always going to be good at throwing passes no matter what situation he gets into, even after he throws interceptions, because of that. Okay, I really do. And also on the defensive side of the ball, these younger players and these senior players have grasped Matt Patricia's defense way quicker than I expected as well. And I'm going to be honest, credit goes to the players, obviously, but a lot of credit goes to Matt Patricia. He's always said he's considered himself more of a teacher than a coach, okay? Jim Knowles, coach. Matt Patricia, teacher. And it is very evident that he is very gifted at coming in and teaching these guys their role in the defense and utilizing these players according to their strengths, okay? And some of these freshmen, I think they're going to be making big impacts before the year is over. I think some of these freshmen are going to be jumping some guys. Some freshmen already have. Devin Sanchez, we see he is the first corner off the bench. Riley Pettijohn is stuck in Petty John is stuck in an absolutely loaded room. But I expect him to be more involved now in big time games. The Washington game, the Penn State game, the game. I expect him to be in, and I expect Matt Patricia to find a way to get him on the field with his athleticism. Okay. Big news today. A Buckeye Boys friend of the channel, been on here. I think all those guys I just said are as well, which is really cool. But Jarquez Carter lost his black stripe today. Went back and watched his film in both games. And the thing that stands out about to him, to me, is how powerful he is. Very, very strong hands. I know it was Grambling, but when you go watch that game, the hustle is there and the power is there, and he lost his black stripe. So now the question remains, is he jumping people on this depth chart based off of his playing time, based off the fact that he got in for Texas, based off the fact of, the trust this coaching staff has in him? Is he going to jump some of the sophomore, some of the junior defensive tackles? And to that, I would say yes. I think he will be. I think he's going to be up there with Will Smith Jr. before the end of the year. Tywan Malone is up there right now. I could see Jarquez Carter jumping in there and starting to get some big-time reps. So that is a freshman to keep an eye on. And I see, you guys brought him up already, Zion Grady. Another friend of the channel, had him on here, spoke to him after the game a little bit on Twitter, message back and forth, told him good job, heck yeah. He said thanks. Great kid, great size, body by Maradi. What Mick does with these players is kind of, I don't know. I don't think we can really even grasp it. I think we just kind of get used to it. I think that goes to say with a lot of aspects of this Ohio State program that us fans, we get used to. For instance, we get used to having the best receivers in the nation, and that desensitizes us to the fact, not all of us, but it desensitizes us a little bit to the wide receivers that we get to watch play every day. And sometimes we might take that for granted a little bit. I think the same goes with the physical changes that these players make. I think we're so used to it by now that we don't really grasp how amazing it truly is for the coaches and the players to do that to their bodies, because Zion Grady is ready to play. As a freshman, went in, looked great, lost his black stripe today. So that defensive end room is absolutely loaded. Kenyatta Jackson, Caden Curry, Logan George. We'll see. I expect us to see him a little bit more. He's been on the availability list, but he's been injured. Now, he practiced the full week before the Grambling game, but didn't want to take that risk of injuring him. We didn't need him for the Grambling game. So I expect to see him in this Ohio game, and I expect he's going to be – somebody help me with the name of the North Carolina transfer. This is wild. Caden Curry, C.J. Hicks, Kenyatta Jackson, Bo Atkinson, that's what it is. I expect Logan George to be in that as well. Ryan Day talked about the strength of his hands, right? And he had the most tackles for loss in the FCS. I believe that's what he played in. Thank you guys with the Atkinson thing. It eventually clicked, but thanks for the help. So I think Logan George is going to have an important role in this team. I really do. But Zion Grady is going to be up there as well. And the thing that excites me about some of these freshmen that have the physical attributes and the mental toughness and the mental capacity to get in the game is that we have Matt Patricia this year. And I think he will be a little more apt to put some of these freshmen in the game. Why? Because he's really good at utilizing certain strengths of certain players. And it's like he's like a kid in a candy store. Everywhere he looks, there's a player that has a certain skill that they're really, really good at, but they're also really rounded out. C.J. Hicks, really good at getting after the quarterback. And he has showed up, man. C.J. Hicks has showed up. Maybe not so much on that stat sheet like we want, but go back and watch the film of C.J. Hicks, man. He gets in there. He gets in there very well, and I think he's getting better and better as well. But these freshmen on the defensive side of the ball, I believe Matty P is going to find a way to use these guys. Cookie Monster, thank you. Yes, this is one of my favorite hats. I love it. I like the stars on the side. You know what I realized? That red one that I got, I was watching I forget what playoff game I was watching. Not last night, but the night before. I'm telling you, I'm crazy about Buckeye football. But I was watching another playoff game, and the camera zoomed over to LeBron James, and he had that same red one that I had on, but he had it last year. So I don't know why I just shared that, but I did. So anyway, there's that. And then on the offensive side of the ball, obviously we got Quincy Porter, okay? We saw that he can come in, get it done, his blocking ability, but is he going to make an impact this year? Probably not. The wide receiver room is just loaded, okay? So then we go to the running back room. In this running back room, I don't know. I personally think it's a little too early to make statements like, hey, we need to play Bo and Isaiah over CJ or James. That's like what my wisdom wants to tell me. But the fan inside of me says put Bo in the game. It just is. He was one of the highest graded running backs in all of the Big Ten when he was in there. Now, granted, it's Grambling, yada, 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 but still, when the dude runs, he just looks a little bit different, okay? Chris, tell Steely I said I'm not telling Steely. That's wild. I keep getting lost in this chat, man. It's a problem. What was I saying? Running backs. Yeah, so, man, Bo just runs different, dude. He just does. He's really good with his vision. And if there's something that, you know how Ryan Day said that, the quarterbacks, when the timing of the quarterbacks to receivers, that's something that is kind of natural to quarterbacks. He's found out during his time of coaching that it's kind of hard to teach that. It's got to be a natural thing for some of these quarterbacks. Well, I think in the running back position, vision is similar. Now, you can teach vision, but I think some cats just got a little bit more of a natural ability to just find that crease, to just kind of feel the field, feel where the defense is coming from, feel which offensive lineman is winning. And Bo looks like that dude. He does. He looks like he just has that ability to do that. And Isaiah West does too. Isaiah West found a beautiful cutback hole. He's supposed to go around the edge, but he cut it back and got it done. And C.J. Donaldson is what we thought C.J. Donaldson would be. We need him to be a starter. We need his experience. We need that kind of running back. He's going to fall forward every time. Bo Jackson's going to fall forward. I do need to see a little bit more from James Peoples, even though I still have faith that the dude's going to be a boss. You'll see when I get to my predictions, my bold predictions about this game. You'll see what I think of James Peoples. But it's a little too early, I think, to make like statements like that. That's what wisdom tells me. But the fan in me says, all right, let's get Bo in this rotation. Let's do a 3-man running back rotation with CJ, James, and Bo and let it play out. Carlos Locke has this running back room ready to go because we got Turbo Rogers as well. Favor a key coming in the 26 class. So a lot of good things there. Last freshman I want to talk about is Nate Roberts. Nate Roberts has been in at fullback for several plays. I mean, the coaches, Ryan Day, they're all drooling over him, talking about him. But again, stuck in a room where Jelani Thurman is getting a lot better. Will Kazmarek is getting a lot better. Bennett Christian is getting a lot better. And Max Clare is who he is, okay? Max Clare's came out a little slower than I expected. But you got to remember, the dude's coming from Purdue. It's a little different. Some people acclimate faster than others. So I fully expect Max Clare to be in that talk of one of the best tight ends in the nation by the end of the season for sure. But Nate Roberts, is he going to jump one or two of those people in that room? We'll see. We'll see. I think that's going to be difficult to do. But I believe Jarquez Carter, Riley Pettijohn, Devin Sanchez, they're going to be making some moves. And I mean, shoot, you got to throw Fahim Delane in there as well. Tarvos Alford, you can throw him in there as well. Carter Lowe looked good. Jake Cook looked really good. Who's the other offensive lineman? Dang, so many names. I forget, but he looked good as well. So this class looking really, really good. Epi Satanile, I mean, the dude's going to be a beast. Came in later than most of these players, but you guys will see. He was a top, I believe he is ranked like the 11th defensive end in the country, but go watch his film, and he's a big friend of the channel. He's been on here a couple times. He'll be on here again. You guys will see the mentality that he has. He is going to be an impact player here for the Buckeyes. And the dude's entire family are top 100 recruits. I talk to his dad all the time. We laugh about it. Epi's whole family, man. The safety in the 27 class. He's like the number one safety in the class from California. He's visiting in this Ohio game. So he's going to watch Epi play, visiting the Buckeyes. I mean, dude, I need to get the list together of Epi's family and go down it and tell you where they're ranked. You guys are going to be like, wow, that's pretty crazy. So we'll see. A lot of good things going on for the Buckeyes. Okay, here we go, guys. It's time. Bold predictions. You guys know last week I didn't get so bold. This week I think I got pretty bold. So you guys can have fun with this as well in the chat. And let's hear some of these bold predictions. I got Julian saying, guys, what do we think Julian saying is going to do this in Ohio game? Here's what I think he's going to do. I think he's going to throw 5 touchdowns. I think he's going to have 400 yards. And I think he's going to throw an 82% completion percentage. What do you guys think of that? Is that bold, you think, though? Or am I still being a sissy about it? Mello would say I'm being a sissy. For sure. He would say that's not bold. That's probably what he's going to do. But this defense is a little bit better than Grambling. A little bit more stout up front. I did watch their secondary, however, and I just don't feel they're going to be able to touch. Most of the country can't touch our wide receivers in the secondary, but let's see. Steely's got 395, 5 TDs. Okay, pretty close to what I said. I like it. 20 for 24, 350, 4 TDs. That's good. 5 TDs for 350. Okay. Sane has a 50-yard run. Boy, would that not surprise some people. Ron Bond, no. The MAC is not a pushover. This is not a pushover team. You will see that in my score prediction. Jeffrey's jumping ahead to the running backs. That's okay. We're not there yet, but we'll jump there since Jeffrey did. He's got Bo Jackson with 100 yards and a touchdown. I have James Peoples with a 50-plus yard touchdown. I got James Peoples with a 50-plus yard touchdown. Ryan Day said that one of the number one things on the offensive side of the ball is bigger, explosive plays in the running game. That's what he wanted to see. He wants to see more explosive plays in the running game. These receivers are blocking their tails off. It's time for these running backs to find those holes. There have been several. I've watched the All-22 film. This offensive line, these receivers and these tight ends, they're doing a pretty good job blocking, and there have been some big-time holes, and I think James Peoples is going to find him one of those, and he is going to go in, and he's going to get him one. So, Ken Taco said, stop it, Dev. Hey, why? Ken Taco, you don't think James Peoples is going to get a 50-plus yard touchdown? This is bold predictions, dude. What do you want me to do? No, I'm going to get to the score prediction at the end, Johnny Ohio, and you'll see. But no, I do not think that they let OU score more than Texas. But I do think they scored just as much as Texas did. But we'll get to that in the beginning. I'm trying to see what Ken Taco said stop it, Dev, for this James People thing. All right, next one for me. JJ. Let's hear it, guys. JJ. Tell me what you guys think. Touchdowns, yards. Taco, heck no. Taco's just done with it. He said, get him out of the game, put Bo Jackson in, done with it. Nope, he had his chance. I'm over it. Bold predictions, not hopes and dreams. It's pretty. You got me giggling with that one. All right. JJ, 2 touchdowns, 205 yards. Okay. 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jim Jackson, what's up, my dude? He likes Bo too. Yeah, I mean, I can't fault anybody for that. 150 yards, 1 touchdown. Jeremiah, 132 touchdowns. Not bold, but my prediction. Yeah, Naturel, you're right. It's not too bold. 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Russ, 2 TDs, 175 yards. Here's my prediction that the Ohio State staff went back and listened to Jake Butt when he was announcing the game, and he made a very smart point. He said, if you want JJ to get in this Heisman race, which I do, I made a graphic, JJ for Heisman. I'm about to put that back out again. You get him 3 touchdowns in the Grambling game. Well, the Ohio game, JJ is going to have 3 touchdowns and 175 yards receiving. That's my prediction. So, Doug, I don't want you to be silent, man. No, shoot. Hey, you guys say whatever you want in the chat. Just don't be disrespectful to one another. But I love hearing your guys' takes on what you think from players and whatnot. Steely Matt's got Carnell Tate with 2 touchdowns and 105 yards. I didn't write anything down for Carnell Tate, but I do have Mylan Graham, 2 catches, 50 yards. That's another one I got. I think he's getting in there. 2 TDs, 220. All right, Jim. This might be a passing affair. Matt, 6 TDs, 325 yards passing. Yeah, I think Julian Sand throws for 5 touchdowns, 400 yards passing. Terry, JJ throws a touchdown. I freaking love it. I think if any of these receivers is going to throw a touchdown, it's going to be Brandon Ennis. He played quarterback in high school a little bit. So that's my prediction there. I also got Jelani Thurman, who was the highest graded tight end per PFF. I got him 3 catches, 75 yards. So what you guys thinking with the tight ends? Let's hear some of those. Well, while we're doing that, I forgot to mention a running back one. I want to prove to you guys I had it written down. Let me cover up my other ones and cover up anything that I don't want you guys seeing. You see that last one there? Bo Jackson, 100 yards rushing. I forgot to mention that. So I got James Peoples with a 50-yard touchdown run, and I got Bo Jackson with 100 yards rushing in the game again. So, see, Taco, I think Bo Jackson's really good too, man. Cookie Monster Claire needs to wake up. He will. We heard, Ryan Day kind of put the cat out of the bag and said Claire kind of struggled a little bit in practice. He went from Purdue to the Buckeyes, so it's a little bit different. Tight end, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Jim, I do too. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, dude, Claire's going to get going. He is. The dude, man. We kick a 65-yard field goal into the wind. Maybe if we put the Aussie in, he's got the game to do it. Nick McClarty. I want to see him punt the ball, man. Ryan Day, please. Put Nick in. Let him boot one, man. I don't know why. I guess we didn't punt that much in the Grambling game, but, man, I would almost, when you're up 63-0, man, I would almost make sure you had to punt. Put Nick in there and let him punt this punting game. Come on. Come on with the punting game. Come on now. Chad, I think you know what I'm talking about. Come on with the punting game. Every other position group has an argument to be top 5, top 10 in the country. Where are we at with punting? Where are we? I don't know, but whatever. Okay, so there goes my offensive ones. Switch to the defense. Are you guys punters return for a TD? You mean a punt return for a touchdown, or the punter is going to return a punt for a touchdown? That'd be wild. If you want to kick return, hey, Natural, I couldn't agree with you more. Perfect. Chat, let me ask you. One person on the team. Oh, this is actually a tough one. There's two. One person on the team to do punt returns. Who you picking? I can't pick one, so I'm going to pick two. Mr. Mylan Graham. We saw what he did after the catch. He got himself a 23 yards out of a catch that should have got 0. Or Caleb Downs. He's already returned one. But he's such an important part of this team, even though I don't give a dang about that. If J.J. Smith was the best punt returner in college football, I say I don't do this whole, man, protect your – man, they're football players. That's what they want to do. They're football players. They have just as much chance getting hurt on any other play as they do on a punt return. In my eyes, they do anyway. Oh, dang, yeah, Bryson Rogers is a good one too. The one that got called back, he's slippery, man. He is slippery. The Bryson Rogers thing it throws me off a little bit, guys, because all offseason, I heard his name a lot as the number 4 receiver on this team. And I forget his snap count for Texas, but I expected it to be higher. I expect Bryson Rogers to have a bigger impact on this team than he has so far. I really do. The dude is Bryson Rogers is, I mean, Brandon Ennis is in there. Bryson Rogers can be in there too. I mean, he really, really can be. Turbo, yeah, he does. I just haven't seen him yet. He hasn't been in the program that awful long. He hasn't been with Mick very long, but yeah, I would like to see that as well. All right, defense. Here we go. Run out of time. All right, I got Kenyatta Jackson. It's time for him to show up. Time for him to make his impact. Time for him to make himself a name for the first round. Dude's getting 2 sacks. Getting 2 sacks this game. Kenyatta Jackson. It's happening. So, what you guys think? Kenyatta Jackson, defensive ends. Give me your predictions for defensive ends. He is the only defensive end that I put a prediction in for. Miss Pinky's got Caleb with 3 sacks. That's bold. I love it. Curry, 2 sacks. Yeah, man, Curry is becoming one of my favorite Buckeyes. He is. And that surprised me. Yep. Steely's got KJ with 2 sacks and 3 hurries. Yeah. CJ, 1 pick 6, Steve. Really? Okay, I like it. All right, the other defensive lineman. Last week, the only prediction I got right, I got half a credit for it because I said K-Mac was going to cause a fumble. Boom, nailed it. But I said he was going to pick up the fumble and return it. He did not do that. Riley Pettijohn did. But I got half of it right? So this week, I got Jarquez Carter is going to have a tackle for loss in this game. Man, I didn't go very bold there. But whatever. That's fine. Caden Curry for 3 sacks. How many interceptions? Bobcat threw 3 against West Virginia. Yeah, I have him throwing 3 against us as well. I predict 3 interceptions thrown this Buckeye defense. Matt, yes. Jarquez Carter is looking better than most people know. Unless you have the all-22 film and can go back and watch it, Jarquez Carter is going to be a dude. He's going to be the next first-round defensive tackle for the Buckeyes, after K-Mac, of course. All right, Arvell Reese, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss. That's what I got there. I already got K-Mac with the sack. Pettijohn a first-rounder. Yes, he is. Reese and Styles, a sack each. I got Arvell with 1 sack and 2 tackles for loss. I got Sonny Styles with an interception. I got Sonny Styles making an interception this game. One of the biggest, things he put on his plate as a linebacker this offseason was coverage. He wanted to get better at coverage. And we heard Ryan Day. There's 2 players on this defense that are really good at diagnosing plays before the snap. Really, really good at it. Number 1, Caleb Downs. Who is number 2? That would be Sonny Styles. We watched Caleb Downs diagnose a play before the snap, trick the quarterback, and get an interception last week. Sonny Styles is doing it this week. That's my prediction there. My other interception, Russ has got Sanchez with the pick 6. I got him with an interception. I got Devin Sanchez getting an interception. During that Texas game, I'm telling you, he got beat on one really good throw, but I am convinced that the dude was in position, and if he would have put his hands up, he would have either intercepted it or blocked that pass, but he was in the right position. I'm convinced of that. We'll never know, but that's what I'm convinced of. But, guys, predict the leading tackler. Who's going to be the leading tackler for the Buckeyes on this defense? I want to see what you guys think. Christopher Sowers, Matthews gets a pick 6. Okay. Terry, you're on to something there, man. Parker Navarro may not finish the game because y'all know he's going to be running it. Yes, this is a quarterback that looks to run. He looks to run just as much as he looks to pass. I would probably say he looks to run more than he looks to pass. Hence 3 interceptions against WVU. Okay, leading tackler, Sonny, Arvell, Iggy. Yeah, Iggy's a good one. He's a leading tackler for Texas. Bucks forever got Reese with 11 tackles. No, Matt, we have not. Matt Patricia has not opened up his playbook yet. He has not opened it up. K-Mac, yeah, that'd be sick if K-Mac was a leading tackler. Iggy, Reese. All right, here I go. Bold prediction. Jalen McClain, leading tackler on the team with an interception. That's my prediction. That's my bold prediction. I think Jalen McClain, is going to be the defensive player of the game. So, I got him as leading tackler and defensive player of the game. Chat, defensive player of the game. What is your prediction? Matt, yeah, I know that is bold. I'm a big McClain fan. Bold. How many cracked helmets? Laugh out loud. Parker's getting a cracked helmet for sure, but we don't got Lathan Ransom. We got Jalen McClain, though. Win stars align. I'm not in tune enough with the defensive coordinators, the rest of the nation, to answer that question. But I think Oklahoma's defensive coordinator is probably pretty darn good as well. Chris Lane, that's tough. I want to see it. Yeah, me too. All right, defensive player of the game. You guys aren't guessing the defensive player of the game. I got Jalen McClain. I'm wanting you guys to guess it. Offensive player of the game is going to go to none other than Julian Sayin. Will be offensive player of the game this game. Jeffrey, you're good, bro. You're at work watching. I appreciate you, dude. Don't be getting fired, man. You get fired, you can always move to Tallahassee. You can work for me, man. I'll give you a job. I need some help in the marketing. I need some marketing help. Okay, Sonny, defensive player of the game. Offensive player of the game, Chris is going with Peoples. Okay. Drink thinks Julian's going to be offensive. Matt, Downs, and Sayin, I like it. Curious who will be our leading rusher. It's either going to be Bo Jackson or James Peoples. That'd be my guess. You know how I believe they've handed Brandon Ennis those end arounds a couple times. I want them to put Mylan Graham in and hand him one of them things. I want to see what he can do with it. Lisa, I agree. Jake Butt's one of my favorite announcers as well. Kenyatta Jackson, defensive player of the game. I like it. Chris, he does, man. He does. People are putting a lot of pressure on him. People are being pretty, you know. Chris, if you can fix toilets and stuff, dude, I definitely got a job for you. That's 2 hours is a bit of a commute, though. Keith's got Arvell on D. That's a good one. Good. Having a relaxed job is always a place to be. Oh, crap. Wonder if the other show started yet. Nevada and B. Moses. No, I don't think they're going tonight. I don't see a show up for them, so we could sit here forever. I might do that. Watch this. Yo, I'm just curious. I want to see if somebody's going to hit this. Links in the chat. Links in the chat. You want to come on here and talk Buckeye football. I want to give about 5 minutes here till 8:17. Charles, does Bo Jackson get handed the keys this week? I don't think so. I think Bo Jackson's he needs to have another, show out like, there is a show up, Craig. Oh. Why is it not showing up on my end? Well, forget the link then. I guess there's a chat. Oh, they aren't on the night. Yeah, I didn't think so. Hey, links in the chat. If you want to come on, I'm giving somebody the opportunity that's wanted to click it before, or they're getting nervous about coming on. It's just me on here. I'm a dork, don't know what I'm talking about, so you guys can come on here too. Don't worry about it. I saw somebody said they like my jersey collection. Yeah. The next one on the way is a signed Will Howard jersey is on the way, and a signed Emeka Ibuka jersey is on the way. After that, Smith and Jigba jersey will be on the way. Then I got to get Julian Sayin. So that's what I got to get. Craig, yeah, that's what I thought it was for this show. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys, 3 minutes. 3 minutes for somebody to hit the link. Thanks, Terry. Yeah. So the goal is, tell me what you guys think about this. I don't know how I think about it, but I know I'm going to do it. I want this entire wall to be framed jerseys. So that would be 6. So about 12, 13, 14. About 14 jerseys will fill this entire wall, and then I'm going to keep going around. It's going to be I have to give myself a limit. Russ, I got them on Amazon. I ordered a pack of 3 from Amazon. They charged me, and they never came for like 2 weeks. So got my money back and had to order new ones for this. But I have to limit myself, or I'll just want every player's jersey and autograph, and I'll be broke. I'm going to pull out my retirement plan to buy jerseys. So I'm sticking with quarterbacks and wide receivers. That's kind of where I've stuck, even though I'm probably going to get a Downs. No, see, I can't even do that, man. I'm telling you, if I get a Downs jersey, then I know myself. I won't be able to help it. I'll then start to think I have to have every safety's jersey. Then it's going to go to linebackers. Then it's going to go to defensive tackles and defensive ends. I just can't do that, man. I can't do it. I've got to limit myself. Russ, I know. He's on the list. Troy's on the list for sure. But then I got to limit myself there too. Or dude, I'm telling you. You guys see me with these hats, okay? I have an addictive personality for sure. Luckily, I'm addicted to Jesus and work and Ohio State football. That's what I'm addicted to right now. So those are good things. Oh, yeah. The Petty John, Sanchez jersey. Yeah, you guys kind of already, those are on the way. Epi Satanile jersey is on the way as well. Already got them in the hookup. Get them all, Dev. Cookie Monster. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, if I build relationships with the families and the players and am able to be gifted a jersey, for sure. But these things aren't the cheapest in the world. And you know, isn't cheap is these frames. They're not cheap at all. Let me show you guys something pretty cool. So that is a signed Woody Hayes picture. Okay, so I got a buddy who from Ohio, Marietta, Ohio, a small town, went to the Elks Lodge one day where Woody Hayes was there giving a speech at an Elks Lodge in good old Marietta, Ohio. And he went up to him and got him to sign this newspaper clipping of a picture of him. And then my buddy gave it to me when I started this show. He was like, dang, I didn't know you were such a psycho about that. I said, yeah, I am. And then at that same Elks Lodge, good old Eddie George, man, that's literally his signature on a piece of notebook paper, but it's really his signature. All righty. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on. Cyber Nerd, thank you so much for the $10. Do you think McClain hits harder than Ransom? Yet to be determined, but I'm going to have to say no. I'm going to have to say no right now. Do I think he can? Probably. I think Ransom was a little bit bigger, but I think McClain's a little bit faster, so he can probably get some force. But, I mean, dude, Lathan Ransom, I just think that answer's no. I think he's in his own little world there for now, but we'll see. But, all right, y'all. Appreciate the heck out of you. Please don't forget, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. For those of you watching on Scoop, if you haven't went over to the Buckeye Boys channel and subscribed over there yet, that would be awesome if you guys could do that. I think you see the heart behind the Buckeye Boys channel. We really like getting to know these players and recruits. Carter Kessler is coming on. Eric McFarland, the 2028 wide receiver, is coming on the show as well. Been texting back and forth with him. But next week, we'll get Carter on here, the Ohio 2026 defensive end that's going to be visiting for the Ohio game this weekend. So a lot of cool interviews. We let the recruits tell their story, how they get into football. We interview their parents. So hopefully we give you a little bit different of a perspective on the Buckeye Boys channel than other channels. That's what we try to do. So if you haven't done that, go over there, subscribe to that channel. Hit the like button over there as well. That'd be a huge plus for us. If you're not on the Scoop message board, get on there. A lot of good things every single day. It's a big team, a big family over there. We've got a lot of good sources inside the Woody and throughout the nation that get a lot of goods on. Go over there, click it, read it. A lot of good stuff. So I encourage you to go do that. But appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. Appreciate y'all for listening to me and putting up with me, man. Stay prayed up. Stay strong in faith. Keep telling your story about what God's done in your life. Spread positivity in this world. Don't fall victim to that hatred that builds up, man. I get mad sometimes when I see wild things go on in this world, but, you know, that anger, it just breeds more anger. It's just going to be a repetitive cycle until somebody just stops. Until somebody just stops and it's just love, you know. That's just the truth of the matter. So I encourage you, try to spread that good news, spread good things, help people, put other people before yourself sometimes. Keep your family close. You never know when it's your time. So live every day like it's your last. Love your family. Focus on your relationships, man. And appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.